are spiritual things going on in the world, and that there are things that are bigger than just coincidence, and that a ritual is something that you do over and over and over again a certain way.
Y'all, this just got way crazier than any of us expected. We already knew things were bad with Diddy's situation, but now, comedian Katt Williams has stepped in, and he's not just stirring the pot, he's dumping gasoline on the fire and lighting it himself. Now, if you know Katt Williams, you know he's never been the type to hold his tongue. He's known for calling people out and speaking his truth, no matter the consequences. Over the years, he's made some bold statements about Hollywood, name-dropping celebrities and hinting at some shady behind-the-scenes stuff. But this time, he's not hinting anymore. He's flat out making accusations, and he says he's been talking directly to federal agents. That's right. In his latest interviews and podcast appearances, Katt claims he's actually been giving information straight to the feds. He's not saying someone told him. He's not saying he might know something. He's saying he personally sat down and shared details about Diddy and the people surrounding him. And what's even more shocking, he doesn't sound nervous or worried. He's confident, calling out names, making bold statements, and acting like he has nothing to lose. Honestly, that's not surprising if you've followed Katt's career. He's always stood apart from the typical Hollywood crowd. He's never played by their rules. So when he says he's never been part of the machine, it lines up with everything we've seen from him over the years. This isn't just some sudden rant out of nowhere either.
Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them could walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
He's been dropping hints for a long time. Remember that viral interview he did with Shannon Sharp? He hinted at a lot of this back then. He talked about strange parties, fake friendships, and celebrities doing questionable things to stay famous. He even mentioned Diddy, among others. At the time, people thought he was just being dramatic or messy. But now that Diddy's legal issues are hitting the courts and documents are being released, some of the things Katt said months ago are starting to make sense. For example, Katt talked about wild celebrity parties thrown by Diddy. He called them freak-off parties. At the time, it sounded like gossip.
Carter is responsible for enacting Katt Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige.
But now, legal documents are mentioning parties attended by celebrities, which investigators are connecting to serious allegations involving illegal activities. That's not just a weird coincidence. That's a serious connection.
Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone.
Katt even once said he knows where the bodies are buried, not in the literal sense, but meaning he knows the secrets people have tried to hide. Now with court records being unsealed and indictments being handed down, it seems like Katt has been sitting on receipts for a while. He's not just talking about Diddy either. He's calling out an entire network of powerful people, folks who look clean and polished in public, but may have been hiding things for years. And he didn't stop with Diddy. Katt's been shedding light on some big names that have come up in this whole scandal. Some of the celebrities mentioned in connection to Diddy's situation are Whitney Houston, Mike Myers, and Mariah Carey. Now, before you jump to conclusions, none of them are being charged with any crimes. But the fact that their names are even showing up in official investigations? That's already damaging. It raises questions. According to what's been coming out, Diddy allegedly hosted multiple parties and events that have since been linked to illegal transportation activities. Government reports now refer to these celebrity-attended events in official documents. So when stars like Whitney, Mariah, and Mike are showing up in that context, it casts a long shadow even if they weren't involved in anything directly. Katt has been talking about this stuff for a long time, but most people brushed it off. Over the years, he's taken aim at public figures like Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Ludacris. At the time, it seemed random. People thought Katt was just picking fights. But looking back, maybe he was trying to tell us something bigger. Maybe it wasn't personal beef. Maybe it was a warning. He once said, "Y'all worship these folks, but I've seen what happens behind closed doors." And now that federal investigations are bringing certain things to light, a lot of those old claims are starting to feel like facts instead of just rants. Let's talk specifics. Tyler Perry. Katt said Tyler didn't just rise up from stage plays and gospel theater. He claims some of Perry's early career moments like big premieres and media exposure were made possible through people connected to Diddy. That suggests Tyler's rise may not have been as organic as it seemed. It raises the question, why would people from Diddy's world be backing a gospel-style filmmaker unless there was something in it for them? Ricky Smiley. Most folks know Ricky as a stand-up comic and radio personality. But according to Katt, Ricky was a regular guest at Diddy's private Atlanta parties, not just as a party guest, but as someone in the inner circle where decisions were made and careers were shaped. Katt suggests Ricky's success may have been helped along by powerful connections rather than just raw talent and hard work. Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer. Katt has said Steve literally took a show concept he pitched and turned it into the Steve Harvey Show. He also accused Cedric of stealing one of his signature jokes, which helped Cedric gain attention with major industry figures. And guess what? Both of them have been seen at Diddy's events. Katt's point is, are these coincidences, or examples of how playing along with certain people can lead to big rewards? Then there's the surprise mention of T.D. Jakes, the well-known preacher. Katt says he's seen the bishop not only at church events but also at exclusive celebrity gatherings tied to Diddy. Again, this doesn't mean he did anything illegal. But when a man of God is seen in places that later become part of a legal investigation, people start asking questions. There's a conflict between preaching holiness and partying with elites who are under fire. And of course, Kevin Hart. He's one of the most successful comedians today, but Katt has always questioned how quickly Kevin rose to fame. According to him, many of Kevin's early movie deals had Diddy's influence, whether through music rights, producer credits, or financing. Katt isn't saying Kevin did anything wrong, but he's pointing out that big opportunities usually come with strings. And those strings might include staying quiet or playing along. At the end of the day, here's the bigger picture. Katt Williams isn't just calling out individuals, he's exposing a system. A system where fame and success might come at a cost. Where powerful people help shape careers, but often expect something in return. And now that the truth is starting to surface through court documents, a lot of folks are realizing that Katt wasn't just ranting, he might have been warning us all along. And here's where everything really starts to unravel. Jaguar Wright recently made some heavy claims, saying that Jay-Z may have played a part in keeping other artists quiet, and even went as far as saying he helped set Diddy up to protect his own legacy. Now, Katt Williams didn't directly back that up, but he's definitely hinted that Jay-Z has been playing both sides. Like someone moving pieces around behind the scenes, making sure he stays in control while the chaos takes down everyone else around him. If that's even partly true, this isn't just celebrity drama or music industry beef. This is a serious game of strategy chess, not checkers. And let's be honest, while Diddy, his associates, and even his family are being publicly pulled into this mess, Jay-Z's name has barely been touched. It makes you wonder how he's managed to stay above the storm. Now, I get it, this all sounds wild. It almost feels like a movie. But the reality is, this case is very real. This isn't just online gossip or social media rumors. We're talking about an ongoing federal investigation, backed by actual court documents and real raids. Federal agents have already searched both of Diddy's homes. And it wasn't just a routine visit, they reportedly uncovered evidence linked to some serious allegations, including RICO charges, possible witness intimidation, and one of the most disturbing claims yet, the alleged abuse of a 13-year-old girl, reportedly after the 2000 VMAs. And yes, names like Diddy and Jay-Z are being mentioned in those same filings. Let that sit for a moment. The deeper investigators dig, the more names keep coming up. And this is no longer just about bad behavior at parties. It's starting to look like a much bigger network, something way more organized and dangerous than anyone imagined. And just when you think it can't get worse, here comes another twist. Diddy's own son, Justin Combs, is now being pulled into the spotlight. According to some reports, Justin allegedly helped host a few of these so-called freak-off parties. These are the same private events that are now tied to the broader investigation. And while Justin hasn't been officially charged with anything, his name showing up next to his father's in legal documents? That's a big deal. Think about it. Justin's out here trying to build his own future, going to college, creating his own brand. And now he's caught up in something he might not have even seen coming. When your family name is attached to a scandal this big, it doesn't just affect one person. It sticks to everyone. And there's more Diddys now being accused of trying to silence witnesses. One name that keeps popping up is Kenna Harper, who used to be in a group with him back in the day. Sources say she's been getting non-stop calls, messages, and even pressure from third parties allegedly sent by Diddy to keep quiet or not testify. This isn't just bad press. If key people are being pressured not to speak, that could actually impact the legal process. It's not just about saving someone's image, it's about interfering with justice. And let's not forget Katt Williams. He's been warning us about this stuff for years. People dismissed him, called him crazy, or accused him of just hating on Hollywood. But now, it's starting to look like he wasn't ranting. He was telling the truth all along, and he was just the only one bold enough to say it. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you think these celebrities really knew what was happening behind the scenes? Or were some of them just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time? Could they be guilty just for being in the room even if they didn't take part? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be honest. Be respectful. Let's talk about it. And if you want to stay updated as more details come out, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. We've got a lot more to cover, and this story's just getting started. Thanks for watching.